From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hello and welcome to Headliners. I'm Naja Sherman. Swift reaction in South Florida to President Trump's idea to take over Gaza, and now allies around the world are rejecting the idea. CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrera has local reaction to the controversial proposal.
I spoke with people on both sides of this issue. Both of them expressed a sense of shock by President Trump's comments, but also questioned what will happen to the ceasefire deal made a few weeks ago.
They were sort of confusing, and I think still confusing, and there are concerning elements, there's no question.
It's so outlandish, it almost seems like I'm watching a cartoon, and it's incredibly ridiculous, yet it's happening, and the President of the United States is saying it.
Just weeks after the announcement of a ceasefire deal, Israelis and Palestinians are trying to dissect President Donald Trump's comments at a joint news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
I spoke with the American Jewish Committee advocacy officer for the entire United States, who is more concerned about the hostages still held by Hamas.
So none of us have a crystal ball, but I think it's important to focus on the immediate next steps of bringing the hostages home, and then clearly the U.S. and Israel working together to understand how we can achieve the ultimate goals of bringing further stability and prosperity in the region.
But American Palestinians like Jalal Shahada says the meeting between the leaders made the progress of the ceasefire deal take 10 steps backwards.
What I'm hearing from the community is what Trump is saying he's going to do is engaging in a war crime and engaging in the international crime of ethnic cleansing. But the reality is his predecessor was engaging in crimes as well.
In the news conference yesterday, the Israeli Prime Minister did follow up on President Trump's comments and said, in part, I think it's something that could change history, and it's worthwhile really pursuing this avenue. In Doral, Nakaya Carrera, CBS News, Miami.
The clock is now ticking for hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans. They are set to lose their TPS status after April 7th. The Trump administration has ended this immigration program, sparking heavy reaction in South Florida's Venezuelan community. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor reports from Weston.
Today is a very sad day for me, said Suriani Iriarte. We came to this country running away from the repression of Nicolás Maduro. We are law-abiding citizens, she said. They say things have changed in Venezuela. They have, but for worse. Iriarte is referring to one of the paragraphs on the document of termination for TPS issued on October 2023. Termination of the 2023 Venezuela TPS designation is required because it is contrary to the national interest to permit the Venezuelan nationals to remain temporarily in the United States. I'm a medical assistant since 2021. I worked in the medical field in my homeland for 15 years.
In Venezuela, nothing is getting better. And since July 28, 2024, everything again has been going downhill.
Isadelis Ferro is echoing Iriarte's statement. She's an activist who since Monday, she underscored the repression in Venezuela after July 28th of last year, when Nicolás Maduro's regime proclaimed him winner of the presidential elections. The U.S. did not recognize his win. Iriarte was already in the U.S. at the time. However, Homeland Security Secretary has stated over and over that programs like TPS have allowed criminals like the members of Tren de Aragua gang to find protection in the U.S. Ferro says the percentage of gang members is less than 1%.
As an organization means that now with the whole coalition of organizations that we are working with, now we can move on.
And moving on means what?
That we will see them in court.
There's going to be a lawsuit filed against the Trump administration.
Yes.
How soon is this happening?
Hopefully soon, because we don't have that much time. We are against the clock.
And there is another group of 300,000 Venezuelans that are covered under another TPS program. That one was issued in 2021 and it expires in September of this year. So far, they are protected from deportations. However, they tell me that they fear that they may face the same luck as the ones that may be repatriated as soon as 60 days. So immigration attorneys are saying that so far, the only safe protection is to file for political asylum. We are in Weston. Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, spring breakup. See the creative and clear message the city of Miami Beach has for spring breakers. That's next.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Naja Sherman. Breakups are hard, right? The city of Miami Beach found a creative way to make their message known to spring breakers. Follow the rules or stay away. It's part of the crackdown officials say is keeping Miami Beach safer. CBS News Miami's Nicole Carrera joins us on Miami Beach. She has more on what people need to know if they plan on making their way to South Florida.
This year, the city has decided on a reality TV show approach to the campaign. It highlights a group of friends who come here on spring break vacation, and it is ruined by more police on the beach and bars closing early.
You're drinking in public, that's not allowed. The speaker, that's not allowed.
Rule after rule after rule. In a newly released social media video, the city of Miami Beach creates a reality TV show parody of what life will be like for spring breakers this year. We showed it to several people on South Beach.
I'm in full support of it. I've seen it down here during spring break, and everyone is so disrespectful that it's really hard to just flow as a normal kind of vacationer or tourist.
Completely agree with the message. I've been here every spring break for 10 years, and it's just gone downhill. And I think last year the breakup was great.
The city plans to bring back road closures, parking fees, and more police. Not everyone is thrilled.
So what's my opinion? I say don't cancel spring break, and we don't need more laws.
The city says visitors can expect an increase of parking to $100, curfews, and security checkpoints. The owner of Crew Carts LLC tells me the temporary rules makes business hard.
City activates. They put barricades out. They put all these restrictions. They do all the nonsense, and it's nothing going on out here anymore. It used to be where it was crazy, but it's not like that anymore.
Crew Carts thrives on tourism. Drivers take people all over South Beach on their golf carts. But Exantis says during the spring break crackdown, that is not the case.
People don't come here no more. They've actually deterred people from coming here, so they won.
On top of increasing the price of parking, the city will also be doubling the price of towing for non-residents to $516. Now, these measures will be implemented for the entire month of March. In Miami Beach, Nicole Carrera, CBS News, Miami.
If you've been at the store recently, you might have seen a product behind the counter that looks a little different. It's a nicotine product that was just approved by the FDA for use. Despite only being legal for those 21 and up, teenagers are showing up at health care facilities sick from using them. CBS News Miami's Erica Gonzalez has more on this important safety information.
They're billed as the smoke and spit free way to experience nicotine satisfaction anywhere.
With a wide variety of offerings, each available in 2 strengths, it's easy to find yours in.
If you haven't heard of nicotine pouches, your teen probably already has.
You can't even tell it's in.
Likely on their social media feed.
I've never used any sort of oral nicotine tobacco product, but I have to see what all the fuss is about.
Zyn is one of several brands of the discreet fiber pouches, and they're about the size of a small stick of gum. They're filled with nicotine salts, and they're designed to be placed in the mouth between the lips and the gums.
They're meant for adults 21 and over who use nicotine products, as boldly stated on Zyn's website. But the warning does not appear to be stopping a younger crowd from partaking in the newer trend, according to Dr. Marco Mestre, Clinical Operations Officer at Nicholas Health System.
So we are seeing it, and from the pediatric standpoint, more in the older adolescents that are using it. The Zyn pouches seems to be more popular in boys, too.
Dr. Mestre is concerned that parents may not even know the easy-to-hide product is out there. That was the case with parents we encountered, like Kaden Sheen, mom of a high school-aged teen in Cooper City.
Just me talking to you now raises more awareness. Something we think the obvious, to them it's not obvious. So probably not talking enough to my daughter about it.
So how do you know if your teen is using the pouch? Dr. Mestres says symptoms to look out for include sweating, some palpitations, some nausea, and there's even the long-term implications on a still developing brain.
These too can lead to mental health issues because of some anxiety that could come along with it, even depression, and any addictive behavior is going to potentially lead to other problems.
The FDA recently okayed the sale of certain Zyn products, citing health benefits for adult smokers. The campaign for tobacco-free kids blasted the agency for greenlighting sales of the flavored products, claiming the tobacco industry has a well-documented history of using flavored products to appeal to and addict kids.
Teens tell us if you don't talk about a product, then they think it's okay.
Dr. Bonnie Halpern-Thalscher with Stanford Medicine says the amount of nicotine consumption is especially concerning. Her group has found some teens will do what's called stacking pouches, using several at a time.
If you're using 3, 4, 5, 6 milligram pouches, you can be getting about a pack of cigarettes, maybe a little bit less at any given time.
Erica Gonzalez, CBS News, Miami.
Turning now to the topic of housing. South Florida has one of the hottest housing markets in the nation, which begs the question, should you rent or buy in 2025? CBS News Miami's Betty Nguyen gets concrete answers.
Justin Westerfeld and Daniela Gainza are looking to buy their first home.
I will show you the master bedroom on that side.
These high school sweethearts got engaged about a year ago, but the tight South Florida housing market has forced them to redefine their dream home.
We've probably looked at 15 houses, and some of them were single family, some of them were townhomes, and we quickly realized that we were going to have to give up the dream of having a single family house in our price range. So we settled for a townhouse, and it was a disaster trying to find one.
Especially with a $450,000 budget and limited options in Broward County. Even the search itself has cost more than expected.
The home inspections aren't cheap, the appraisals aren't cheap. I mean, yeah, we've probably spent a couple $1,000s just trying to find a house.
That's on top of the emotional toll of watching multiple offers fall through.
I don't want to get my heart attached to something that isn't official.
Real estate analyst Anna Bozovic says this couple's frustrations are reflected in her market research.
So to put this in numbers people can understand, Miami-Dade, there were about 3,600 homes in the market, single-family homes under $500,000 in December 2019, our most recent pre-COVID comparable. So 3,600. You have choices, right? December 2024, there were 650.
She says that's down an astonishing 80%, and the same holds true for Broward County.
Our median pricing for single family is up almost 2x, 80% versus pre-COVID 2019.
What's our median price now?
Miami-Dade County for single family home is $660. It was under $400,000 in 2019. It was $380 or so.
What about Broward?
Similar, a little bit lower, but similar.
So when it comes to buying or renting, what should people do?
If they have the certainty that they want to stay within their geography for a while, for 10 plus years, they need to buy. If they don't have that certainty, then there is some relief coming in the rental market because we do have product coming.
But Bozovic warns these new apartments won't be cheap, especially with an influx of people moving here from the Northeast and now following the devastating wildfires in California.
We found out that renting was the same situation. You basically were just paying somebody else's mortgage. So at that point, you might as well just buy a house to get in the market and then figure it out from there.
Bottom line, Bozovic says the South Florida housing market is in the midst of a long-term upswing in price and demand.
Long and short is, if you're looking to buy single family below $1 million, there is no benefit to waiting whatsoever.
And that was CBS News Miami's Betty Nguyen reporting. When we come back, see how a teen's legacy is living on through the life of others. That's next.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Nasha Sherman, and this week's Miami Proud, we celebrate Black History Month. What started as a dance group transformed into an organization impacting the lives of thousands of young girls. Extraordinary Ladies was founded with the goal of changing the world one girl at a time. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones shows us how XOL is doing just that.
It started with one girl and one mentor.
I realized what mentoring meant to me in my younger years.
Ronisha Robinson realized she had a calling, so she created Extraordinary Ladies, which mentors young women in South Florida.
So I believe that all young ladies should have a cheerleader in their corner that's pushing them on to do better and bigger things in their life.
That's what she does for the roughly 2,000 girls that have gone through the program.
She kind of reminds me of like a second mother that I can just go to and just tell her everything, just some things that I just couldn't tell my mom.
Each year, XOL hosts a conference where over 100 girls hear from speakers, attend workshops, and get mentored. Every third Saturday of the month, meetings like this are held for young women to get the tools they need for success.
I've learned how to public speak, how to write, and right now we're learning about budgeting, and I've already learned a lot.
I also learned about hygiene. I learned how to treat your body.
I have just been a better version of myself that I didn't think I could be.
I always said that XOL is not about me being rich. It's not about having all the money in the world, but it's all about me touching the girls, making sure that they're able to succeed in life, making sure that they're able to reach their full potential.
I want to be a marine biologist and a fashion designer.
From becoming doctors to future lawyers, XOL is shaping the future.
We've been able to give over $13,000 to our girls in the form of book scholarships, actual money, and last year we were able to even give stipends from Spirit Airlines for girls to be able to travel back and forth from school.
The lessons go beyond the classroom and what's being taught at home. Parents are seeing those teachings work in real time.
She sees that, okay, what mom is telling me inside, there's some evidence or proof that is actually true.
So I want my girls to realize that you have a community behind you, you have people that loves you, and you have people that is going to support you and be down with you no matter how far you fall, because we're going to lift you back up no matter what.
In Hollywood, Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
A ball of light and joy. That's how loved ones say they will always remember a 13-year-old. The teen died 1 year ago this week, but her memory lives on. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten shares the emotional story from Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood.
My daughter, Samaria Glenn, a ball of joy, a ball of light. Yeah, she was my sunshine.
Remembering 13-year-old Samaria Glenn, her mom Dima and family returned to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital a year after Samaria died of a sudden brain bleed.
Okay, which purple? Okay, purple and green.
They're making bracelets for children today, something Samaria loved as a way to honor her.
My bracelet today is going to say shine because her light shined. She's made me the mom one.
When Samaria died, her family and hospital workers took an agonizing walk, accompanying her body through the hospital to an operating room. She donated 6 organs to 5 people. One of the recipients was her own father. He needed a kidney.
She just always wanted to give. And we knew, like, if she was going to save somebody's life, she would have wanted that.
Her dad, Sean, could not be here today. He's in the hospital for an unrelated surgery. His daughter gave him the gift of life, but it's not easy for him.
A piece of your child left in you is, you know, it's great, but the cost of it, your child's not here.
Turning to his faith for help, his preacher told Sean Samaria had a bigger purpose.
Because I asked, like, why put her on this earth for 13 years and take her away? God put her here just long enough for you to enjoy her. But her mission was to save your life.
She did save his life and the lives of 4 others. The 13-year-old who wanted to make her mark as an entertainer is now known for so much more, giving the gift of life to others, making her star shine brighter.
Her work was done. Her journey was done. She did well in her life, but she gets to continue on and save others so that they can continue on and be a vessel, be a light in this world.
As that light now shines in others, her legacy lives on. In Hollywood, Ted Scouten, CBS News, Miami.
Such a powerful story. Thank you for joining us for this half hour on Headliners. And as always, keep it right here on CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Have a great day.